Steve Comalander. It's Monday, excuse me, it's Tuesday. I lost a day in January, and everybody's gone back to work. Yesterday was a holiday, so I'm out here by myself today. We're gonna try to catch some more white perch. You got to love being by yourself on a lake. It's like you own the lake. But that's the advantage of being retired. Anyhow, I'm gonna drop it down. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully, we're right now in about 52 foot of water. I'm gonna start up here at 52 and go a little deeper. If they're not deeper, then I'm gonna go back shallower. You never know where they're gonna be. So this is kind of like the mid-range of where I like to fish in January. It's a foggy day on Lake Monticello, Jenkinsville, South Carolina. And it's another day of fishing, another day of having fun, another day of being proud to be here. So I let it down to the bottom, and we're going to slow troll it across the bottom and see what happens. Here again, I like to call them up sometimes, so I'm going to beat on the bottom of the boat, let them know I'm home, here. And people laugh at me when I do this, but you know something? It works. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get them stirred up down there and see if we put them in a frenzy, a feeding frenzy. And hopefully want to bite. You never know though, they might not be here today. It's just a matter of figuring them out and then putting on them and catching white perch. It's fun to catch them. Got my little birds that showed up, and there's one right there. Alright, I'm going to slow it up, bring it up, see if we can get another one. Might not. I have to get them stirred up before we catch a couple at a time. We're going to bring this one on up. He's not a big one. Let's see what he looks like. Oh, I mean, he's a baby. So I reckon the old bird, see the old bird here, he's gonna probably want him. So I guess he's gonna have to be his breakfast. So come on. I tell you what, them birds, they love for me to feed them. I reckon that's the easy way to get breakfast. But anyhow, there he goes with him, nothing trying to get it from him. Matter of fact, he poked him and the fish is floating. Another one picked him up. So they're fighting for him out there. Let's hope they don't fight for him and get on my hook. Try to take him off the hook, because they will. I'm going to drop it back down so we can get another bite. Slow trolling. Today I'm using the Mr. Crappie and a Wahoo spoon on the bottom. We got 2 jigs and a spoon on the bottom, and there's a fish right there. Let's see if we can hold it down there and get a couple. I love catching a couple at a time. There's another one. Let it sit down there, let him swim around, let it collects up. And we're gonna see if we can catch a couple at a time today. There's at least 2, might be 3. Ease it on up and see what we got. Pretty heavy though. Pretty heavy. Let's see what we got here. I believe we probably got a couple. Slow up this trolling motor. Uh-oh, the bird tried to get one of them. I had 2. Still got 2, but the bird grabbed a hold of this one. He didn't cut him, but he grabbed him. Tried to take him from me, so they look like they're gonna be aggressive today. White perch, probably half to 3/4 pound here. White perch, good eating size. Make a small fillet or fry whole. I've been making these videos and they all look about the same because right now this is the way I'm catching them. So I'll try to make things look different. Talk a few different things. Them old birds there, I'll tell you. I just hope they don't dive down and get my plug. I have had them take the plug and run off with it. And it's about an hour before you can finally, you can't hardly catch them. They'll untangle them, so let's hopefully they don't get all hooked up. All right, we're gonna drop it back down to the bottom. There he is, that quick. I mean, these white, I got off. These white perch, when they get in a feeding frenzy, and they usually travel in schools, when they get in a feeding frenzy, it's something. There he is. Hold it down there so we can get a couple. There's another one. There's another one. Well, I don't know if I got the 3rd one or not. I know I got 2. Let's see what happens here. I got to hurry. hurry him up because them birds will get him. I got two. One of them is pretty good size. That's a nice white perch caught on a pink and green crappie jig, Mr. Crappie, old paddle tail. That's a nice perch. I'm kind of going here in a circle as I'm talking, so I don't watch myself. It'll pull me right off where I'm catching them. Now this is a small one. We're gonna try to feed these fish, these birds. He's gone out to get him like a torpedo. Look at that. Got him too. I tell you, them jokers are something. All right. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get this boat straightened out, and I'm gonna drop it down and try to catch another one. When they get good on that fish finder there, they coming off the bottom and settling back down, coming off the bottom, settling back down. I'll get them stirred up. I'll get you a picture of them on the bottom. And 53 foot of water, a little bit shallower than what I've been catching. It's overcast. Sometimes they'll come in, they'll move in a little bit shallower, and then sunshine comes out, they'll move back out a little deeper. So right now, we're in 53 foot of water. We're gonna slow troll it again across there and see what happens. Kind of damp this morning, cool. It's probably 50 something degrees. There ain't a soul out here but me. Not a soul. Kind of gloomy day. So let's see if we can catch some though. It might not be some days they bite better than others. It ain't like wide open all the time. You just got to find them, figure them out where they at and what they bite. Most of the time they'll bite this here rig I got. You can catch them on just a spoon, bumping it up and down. I like to go the easy route and pull these jigs. That way I don't have to hurt my shoulder. My old shoulder hurts with arthritis, so I got to do it the easy way. I see a few fish coming in. They're not really as active as I want them to be. See if I can stir some up and get them biting. I got this trolling motor going at all times, so I'm pulling around here in a big circle. There he is. There he is. Perch are a funny fish. They can lay down there and not bite, not want to bite. And you catch one or two, and then it makes the rest of them go in a frenzy of feeding, kind of like fishing a goldfish pond. Now that's a nice perch. Ain't nothing wrong with that perch. That's probably 3/4 or better. You get that chartreuse head, green chartreuse with a red body and a green tail. Just a crappie jig, paddle tail. It's a couple inches long. I like a bigger jig head and a bigger jig. A lot of times you miss a lot of fish. It goes out some of them babies, but you still catch some of them babies. I hate to catch them babies because you can't throw them back. The birds are going to eat them, so they never make it back. Once you hook them, that's it. There ain't no limit on these fish. Non-game fish, so they took the limit off of them because they had eaten a lot of the other fish's eggs. And they decided that it was doing more harm than good. And of course, when they did that, and you can come out here and really have a good time because, like I say, you can't throw them back. So if it was a limit, you'd have to get 30 and go home. You throw them back, these birds are going to eat them. I mean, you can throw them back, but you're still surrendering their lives. So, luckily, there ain't a limit in South Carolina on white perch no more. There used to be a 30 limit. It was tough to come out here and get them in about 5 minutes. Had to go home. But now, you ain't got to worry about that. So, I can sit out here and make a video. Every so often I catch something else. I'll catch a white bass. There ain't many white bass left in Monticello, but it's some. I'm starting to see a few come up. I've caught probably 8 or 10 this year. And I used to, at one time back in the 80s, man, you could catch a lot of white bass. That was fun. Just like this. They'd hit the same way. White bass likes that spoon jerking a little harder though. And there again, you know, that spoon, just jerking that spoon up and down is really good, especially water temperature hadn't got real cold this year. colder the water, the slower you got to move that plug, and even with a spoon, the slower you got to jerk it. So it's best to not jerk it so hard when the water is real cold. Catch more fish. They don't want something going up and down so fast, and they normal action when the water's cold. Now, I had a fish right there, but darn if he didn't get off on the way up. That bird's trying to take my spoon today. Sometimes these birds not aggressive, and sometimes they want to take my jigs going down. So I have to watch what I'm doing. You put it out there not paying attention, next thing you know, that bird's got it gone. You got big troubles. All right, well, they don't seem to be eating it up. And I believe, and it's another one of my theories, if you got sunshine and those fish in deep water can skylight shad up above them in the sunshine better. A lot of times in cloudy, they go up, they suspend, and they go up shallower. But in the sunshine, they seem to hit this better, because once you hook one, then you can hold it up and they can skylight that with the sun above and just clear water, and you can catch 2 and 3 real easy. Of course, now, you know, I got one right now, possibly 2. And we'll see what happens here. Oh boy, I believe I got 3 now. Now I got to get them in past them birds. You don't want them birds on my fish. You got 2, but it's 2 good ones. 2 white perch. I'm using a Cashin 7-foot rod. Got a little light action on the end. It ain't real stiff. I like a fast action rod for this. I mean, I could use a stiffer rod, but then I have a little problem with it bending over and taking these fish off. So I use a little fast action rod. Don't really make a difference. All you do is pulling these jigs around. All right, I'm gonna drop it back. Oh, this bird tried to take it. Good gosh. I can't believe it. Try to take it again. These birds are really aggressive today. There's too many of them. When he's following my spoon around, I can't get it down. All right, I got it down. I got too many of them around me. They're swimming under the boat. There's 3 or 4 sitting on the side out here. Them jokers are getting to be aggravating. They're hungry today. Some days they ain't as hungry as others. You can apparently see that they starving. So if I don't feed them a couple fish, they're gonna take my stuff. Try to take it off the hook. Sometimes I'm reeling it up 60 foot, 50 foot of water. If I get up about 20 foot, a bird grabs it, takes it, or gets hung. There was another bite. But yeah, you know, it's cloudy, and some days you can catch the devil out of them cloudy. Some days, cloudy days are the better. But deep water fishing, a lot of times clear and sunshine is the best. This time of the year, they starting to group, spawn, and getting ready to spawn. And it really don't make that much difference. You get on and catch them. They're hungry. They feeding up for the spawn. Have a little one. See if I can hold it there and swim around and get it. I'm telling you, sometimes you hold him up to 8 or 10 foot off the bottom and let him wiggle around, and that's when you get your bigger ones. That's when you get your bigger ones. I got one for sure. Might be 2. Might be 2. We'll see. Reel him on in and see. All right, pull him on in here. What we got? Got 2 nice ones. White perch, Lake Monticello. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the fish finder. There's a few fish down there, show you kind of what I'm looking at. And alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this and I'm going to turn it around. See the fish finder there, and you see over in here you got these little black streaks and stuff, and up here's high fish. You see them up high? Them's perch. Them's perch on the bottom, and they'll come rolling through every so often. When they get real thick, they'll be yellow. And sometimes you get on the boat, cause them to come up. See them coming up off the bottom there? Right in here. You see that? That's fish swimming off the bottom. That blue on that yellow. That yellow's the bottom and the blue is fish coming up and we bumping this boat. But that's some of the things I do. But anyhow, y'all have a good day. Steve Comalander, Lake Monticello.